Hi, this is Group 4, and today we'll talk about the failure of YikYak. So YikYak was founded by college students Tyler Zhu and Brooks Buffington, and launched in November 2017. And the app really launched when the student began to share the app with the new friends they made on spring break. And the company has raised $73 million and was valued around $400 million in 2014. And the YikYak is a service that allows you to get a live feed of what people are saying around you. And what difference of the YikYak from other anonymous messaging apps is the location-based. The app combines GPS and instant messaging technologies, and every user set within 5-mile radius of the person that sent the message can then see and react to it. The user can also zoom out to check the nation's highest voted posts, and the reactions occurs in the form of up and down votes. But due to the countless cases of cyberbullying, as well as not having a sustainable business model, YikYak shut down in May 2017. However, in a surprising turn of events, the app returned to Apple App Store in August 2021. The newly released app increased the focus on the community guidelines and safety. And next, we discuss why YikYak failed. YikYak started out with an excellent user growth, but a big problem will soon take center stage. College students were not the only one that took a liking to the app. Instead, the high schoolers become an even bigger cohort. Unfortunately, these high schoolers quickly began abusing the app, for instance, by bullying their fellow classmates. And dozens upon dozens of incidents leads to the nationwide outcry of teachers who openly demanded to ban the app. And the high schoolers were not the only one that post offense and potentially harmful content. Instead, the college students have an even bigger field day with the app. And the students has not only posted the racially or sexually discriminative content, but used it to announce the school shootings. As a result, many colleges outright abandoned the usage of YikYak on their campus. And the social media is highly competitive. As for YikYak, it has to compete for attention not only with the direct competitors like Secret or Whisper, but also with a company like Facebook or Twitter. So therefore, users must have unique features for the community appeal to repeatedly open your application. Lastly, YikYak also has to shut down because it simply did not generate any revenue. And despite rising $73 million, but if you hire some of the best engineers from the company like Google, and that money will only last you so long.
Here we can further explore the failure of YikYak. We list out 3 reasons that has significant effects for its failure and segment them into avoidable and promising table. The first reason is fall of customer segments. YikYak was included a large number of minors in the platform. Those minors are high school students. They are immature and lack of self-discipline and self-protection awareness. But the platform also lack of considering provide protection for those minors. It finally resulted in the multi-bullying incidents happened at school and aroused the dissatisfaction, even outcry of the teachers. The next reason is lack of supervision mechanism. YikYak was missing the regulation on content which post in the platform. Students can post some non-compliant, even illegal content, such as racial and sexual content, even announce school shootings. And the platform was absence of information floating system and punishment mechanism for those toxic messages. And the third reason is unsustainable business model. YikYak did not generate any revenue while they are in business, but it had hired some of the best engineers from the company like Google. after it raised $75 million. It also remained the advertisement free until it reached the critical mass of the users. It decided to monetize it just after the inspiration by the Facebook. Moreover, hyperlocalization helped the negative behavior on apps ref. It also limited YikYak growth. In conclusion of the failure of YikYak, we rank the factors below. Among them, false starts are ranked last because at the beginning we think it was a great idea. Bad fellows rank number 5 because the founders were thinking of creating spin-off apps. And Cascading Miracle was ranked number 1.
Now let us look at the alternatives that YikYak could have pursued in order to not have crashed and burned in the way that it did. The first is having stricter, better enforced community guidelines. This is a no-brainer since a lot of the reason why the app was shut down was because of the negative action that was happening on its platform that the app failed to take responsibility for and also failed to shut down. And if you can see, the first screenshot has the old rules, and these are not comprehensive at all and put the onus of responsibility of maintaining and regulating the content on users, basically based on whether a piece of content was upvoted or downvoted by users as a form of content regulation. And as we now know, this is not a good way to maintain community guidelines. And in the new rules that is now on their website, it is far more detailed, far more comprehensive, and actually takes responsibility for the negative actions that may happen on its platform. If only they had implemented it in 2017. The second alternative that it could have done is invested in app features to either go more local or more global. So when the app was not doing so well, it was given a round of funding of $73.5 million in order to implement features that the investors believed would save the app. The app invested in having a chat feature, which did not go well with the anonymity of its user base, and ultimately led to YikYak being sold for $1 million in 2017 to Square, a mobile payment platform, which is quite a considerable low from $400 million valuation in 2014. So the YikYak could have chosen to go more targeted towards university students because university campus is the location where they thrive the most, because it has a built-in community that is already there for them. Or they could have chosen to go more global, which with more global content, since there was some user feedback that said that the app could get repetitive since it was so hyper localized. So the app could have chosen to trim its excess features and target itself towards in one of these two ways in a hope of saving themselves and their app. And the last alternative would have been to merge or get acquired by Reddit or other social media, since this space is quite competitive and YikYak shares a lot of its features with Reddit, such as upvote, downvote, and karma. And when the app was not doing well, there was speculation that the founders were looking at secretly developing other spin-off apps such as Secret and Hive. And ultimately, when these spin-off apps did not do well, no one stepped up and claimed ownership or the connection between YikYak and these other apps. However, in 2016 or 2017, YikYak should have considered merging or getting acquired by another social media platform, which would not have been ideal in their eyes, but also would have not led to such an untimely shutdown as it did. So where is YikYak now? YikYak in 2021 announced a comeback with 6.25 million in seed funding, and it has a more comprehensive set of community guidelines now, as we saw. However, it has failed to get much media attention as well as popularity within the user base. Still, it would be interesting to see how YikYak goes from here. That's all from us. We are Group 4. Thank you.